Want to know what to do with this Trader Joe's spice? In this video, I'm going to show you 5 of the best ways to use this in your kitchen. If that's something you want to see, just keep watching. The spicy Italian style sprinkle seasoning unfortunately is only found in the Spice Market box from the holiday collection. However, we can always hope that Trader Joe's puts it on its shelves pretty soon. The main ingredients are black pepper, salt, garlic, paprika, rosemary, fennel, red pepper, cumin, and cumin seed. Here are my 5 ways for you to use the Italian style sprinkle seasoning. Number 1, sprinkle onto pork and you can actually have a nice pizza flavored pasta or even a sausage soup. Number 2, add this with a little bit of mozzarella cheese to a tortilla and make a pizza flavored quesadilla. Number 3, chicken noodle soup. Now I know it's kind of crazy, but just adding 1 tablespoon or so into the soup will give it a nice zesty flavor. Number 4, oven roasted potatoes and bell peppers. I like to sprinkle this on with a little bit of avocado oil, throw everything into the oven for about 20 minutes, 400 degrees, and you have a really great side dish. And number 5, how about you pep up one of my favorite 5 ingredient dishes, pizza meatballs. Check it out. Okay, so we have our pizza meatball recipe that is going to be featuring the spicy Italian style sprinkle seasoning with fennel. First things first, we're gonna go ahead and turn our stove onto a medium high, about an 8. We're gonna let our pan get warm. So I like to do this in a bigger pan because this is about a 4-person serving for these pizza meatballs. So we're gonna go over the ingredients. We have our pepperoni, our mozzarella cheese, little tomato basil marinara from Trader Joe's, some mixed baby kale, and this is gonna be our greens for, I gotta add some green into our food. And then right here, what I have is the turkey meatballs that I've actually microwaved just a little bit to knock the frost off. And then I went through and cut them in half with some kitchen shears, because why use a knife if you don't have to, right? Just so that we can have them in a more portion controlled situation. So we have our pan warming up. Yeah, there we go. And we're gonna use some avocado oil. Now I love to use avocado oil because it's a high heat oil, meaning that it doesn't smoke at a lower temperature. It smokes up at about 500 degrees, which is a good thing. So it's great for cooking in the oven. So first thing I'm gonna add is the mixed baby kale. But what you can do is use spinach or use Swiss chard or any type of soft baby green because we are adding in those green vegetables. So we have our sizzle, if you can hear it. Pan's hot, oil's hot. Baby kale's in there, and what I'm also going to do is hit it with just a couple of spritzes of the avocado oil on top, and we're going to use some tongs to go ahead and give this a nice saute. Oh, I love that sizzle. It's one of my favorite sounds. And like I said, a good medium-high heat for this, and we're just looking for a nice gentle wilt, because once we add the remaining ingredients, it'll continue to cook the greens and make them nice and soft without being overly slimy or too, or overcooked. There we go. It's a good wilt. Now I will say I'm doing something bad. So you wanna make sure when you're using a non-stick pan, you use non-stick tipped tongs. But since I am a professional chef, I'm being very gentle. And once I get this turned over a little bit, there we go. I'm gonna switch to my silicone tool. There we go. Because of course we don't want to scratch any non-stick surfaces that we have. So please be aware of that. Do as I say, not as I do. There we go. So that's a really good wilt we have right there. Some of those big leaves on the bottom. Now, next, we're gonna go ahead and add the meatballs. And these are already fully cooked. All I did was cut them in half. I put them in the microwave a couple minutes. Oh yeah, that's a good looking wilt. All right, next is add our sauce. I'm putting the whole jar in. Oh yeah, that's a really good sizzle. It's a really good sizzle. And this is one of my favorite sauces from Trader Joe's. They also have a roasted garlic marinara sauce, which is really good. There we go. Give that a nice turn. Oh, hear that sizzle. There we go. Make sure everything's coated. All right, now what I do is I bring the temperature down to about medium. We already have hit a simmer with the sauce and everything that's in there. And next thing, we go ahead and add our pepperoni. This is pepperoni. I did get it from Trader Joe's, but you can use any pepperoni like. This is just convenient because I got everything today from Trader Joe's. There we go. And you take your pepperoni, you go around just like you would a pizza. And funny thing is, I actually used to work for Sbarro Pizza. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's I want to say it's New York style pizza. And every slice of pizza we had to make sure it had 10 pepperonis exactly. So I am definitely a fan of the pepperonis. Now you can use turkey pepperoni, pork pepperoni. If you're feeling frisky, you can use vegan meatballs and use like vegan pepperoni. But really, if you're gonna go for it, I say just go for it. But you know, to each his own. Throw in some extra. Perfect. Then the last thing you do, while this is still simmering, go ahead and we add our mozzarella. So I literally take a handful of mozzarella, and so that's maybe about a cup. A cup of mozzarella is all you need. I do a gentle sprinkle all around. Just enough to cover. And there we go. Now the fun thing is, I'm gonna add the Italian sprinkle right to the top as a good topper. Now, I do love the flavor of this Italian sprinkle, but it is a little salty. So that's why I add it as a finishing touch, but you can also put just a little, maybe a teaspoon or less into the sauce when you're mixing it with the veggies and the meatballs. But like I said, I like to put a little sprinkle on top. There we go. And we let this come to a simmer. See how we have our bubbles around the edge? And that is how we know it's getting done. And if you really are trying to make it go faster, what you can do is, this obviously doesn't fit on here, but you go ahead, put a lid on it, let it steam up, and that takes about 30 seconds or so with the lid on. But you leave it on medium heat, don't let it get too high. And there you go, pizza meatballs. So here we go. Here is our finished pizza meatballs. Look at that. Can you hear that? Do you hear what's sizzling? Do you hear what Chef EB is cooking? There you go, pizza meatballs. You take this, eat it as is. It's a nice low carb meal. Or you can throw it on top of some pasta, or even just add a side salad, and you are ready to go. Also launching alongside this 5-part video spice series is the Trader Joe's inspired cookbook Spice Market Edition. Inside, there's 25 brand new recipes by me, Chef EB. It can be found at the links in the description box below on Amazon and on Kindle. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share this video, and down in the comments below, let me know what you think of these tips and tricks. I'll see y'all next time.